Okay.
But I'm thinking my goal for the next year
Mm-hmm.
is to try to get my total of games beaten up to 100 games.
Yeah.
I think right now I'm sitting in a solid 25 to 30.
Like, actually beaten.
Yeah. I'm not talking like 100%ed because that's stupid,
just like
but like just beating it.
Yeah.
Because...
Where was Mike at? I didn't even watch. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I don't know where you're at either. But it's not so much that I don't go out of my way to beat games because I suck at them. I do suck at some of them, I'll admit. But no, part of the reason I don't finish games is because I'll start a game, I'll have fun with it, and like maybe a third to two-thirds of the way through, somewhere within that range, I'll either stop playing because it gets boring,
here we go.
I'll stop playing because something stupid happens, or I'll have another better game come up and I'll be like, I have to play this instead because it's so much better and awesome.
And newer. Yeah, I don't know. For me, my biggest problem, especially right now...
It was just time.
It's not even just time, it's that I don't want to get invested into a Mass Effect. Like, I have never played a Mass Effect game, and I know you mentioned that you have not either. I've played the first one. I take that back. I have played it, but I have put so little time into it because either A, I'll choose not to play it because I don't have the time to actually get into the game, or B, I will start to play it, and then something will come up, and I won't touch it for 2 weeks, and then I'll go, what do I want to play? Let's find something I can play for an hour and be done with. Like, I've been playing a lot of Chivalry Medieval Warfare recently, because I can pick it up for an hour, and then it doesn't matter. Like, it...
No, I totally agree. Like, I got in this argument with Mike the other day, where he was saying how a game's value should be based on the hours you can put into it.
That's not true at all.
No, I totally agree with you. Like, I think, personally, it's less time, but more quality to the time. It's way better than, like, 40 hours of just doing repetitive bullshit.
I have, on Fallout 3, I have a statistically perfect character. I have done every quest in that game. I 100% of that game because I love the game. And it took me, like, roughly 70-something hours.
Now, I'm not saying long games are bad.
But the thing is, 2 of my favorite games are, once again, Walking Dead, which is, 10 to 12 hours, maybe?
You mean Telltale?
Yeah, Telltale's Walking Dead.
You could probably beat it in more like 6, I think.
And Spec Ops The Line, which that campaign you could beat in probably 5 hours. I think it took me 6. Maybe you can maybe beat it in 4 hours.
It depends on how long you want to dabble with stuff,
Yeah, but very short, but it is fantastic story, fantastic game. The shooting was kind of meh, like it was very plain, but
that's not the point of it, though.
That's not the point. It's a fantastic story. And it was a great game.
Another great example is Portal. Like, it's a short game, but I mean, if you really love it, like, you'll know why those few hours are so worth the money.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, like, yes, if I'm buying certain games, I want to be able to get my time's worth out of them. But frankly, if I play it for 20 hours and I don't enjoy those hours as much as I can enjoy 10 hours or 5 hours of a shorter game that's just better, I'd rather take 5 hours of super quality, awesome gameplay than, like, 20 hours of some meh, like, it was pretty good, but I kind of had to truck through the last 15 hours of game.
Yeah, well, like, my thing is just longer games to me, or for me, just take a lot more focus and a lot more time to set aside.
Right.
And some games like Skyrim are one of those games I'll just go back to when I have free time to just mess around with.
Yes. Agreed.
But I won't. But it's also the problem that I can't sit down and devote all the time to it. Whereas a game like Walking Dead or Chrono Trigger or Sonic, those games are short enough where I can just be like, okay, I'm gonna sit down, play this, and then I'll be done in like a few days to a week.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's cool, because then it's just like, okay, this is awesome. I beat this game because I wanted to, because I had the time to set aside for it.
But no, definitely, like, I for, like, the longest time, I tried to justify, like, how many hours can I get out of this game? And I'll look it up if it's a game I'm kind of sure of. If it's, like, a 2-hour game, like, I might not pick it up because it's like, well, if I don't want to waste my money for a 2-hour crappy game, but, like, if those 2 hours are supposed to be fantastic, I'll definitely pick it up because, I don't know, like, I want to enjoy the time I'm playing a game, and there are long games that are not fun. Like, it's just as simple as that. I don't think a game should be relevant how long it is, but the most important thing is that it's a quality experience.
Yeah.
Which Walking Dead is a fantastic game. It's one of the best games. It's a movie, frankly. It's an interactive movie, and it's the best interactive movie I've ever watched, or one of them.
Comparing that to a long-ass experience that is Heavy Rain.
Right.
Walking Dead...
I've not played it yet, but I do own it.
I've seen the Let's Play.
Okay.
And, I wanted to really get into it, but there's just so many issues I have with it where I'm just like, I can't.
Yeah, I bought it. I haven't touched it yet because I just got my PS3 in the past 5 months, so I haven't.
I got mine in the past few years, so I'm almost as behind as you are on it. So
yeah, I bought mine.
And what's even worse
holidays.
is like I barely played the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like I bought it solely to play PS2 games, Batman Arkham City, and Sonic Generations.
Yeah. Mine doesn't even play PS2 games, so I have like I still have my PS2, which is not optimal, but whatever.
But I guess I can't complain since I also don't play my Wii U much, and it's not because the Wii U is a bad system. It's just there's not a lot of games for it, so there's really not much I can do with it yet. I have gone back to the Wii for Virtual Console, as you all have been hearing with me saying Chrono Trigger at least 12 times in this past Let's Play.
Not even as bad. It was also, I'm pretty sure you brought it up multiple times in the Taco Cast.
No, wait, I didn't.
You brought it up like 2 or 3 times. I thought you brought it up like 2 or 3 times.
I don't think I did. If I did, then I will correct myself later, but...
Okay. I thought I remembered you bringing it up like at least a couple times, but I could be wrong because I don't know if we actually got to the topic. I thought maybe I think I said something about movies, or was that was here? It's all blending together. I don't know.
It's all blurring together into one awesome experience of just games and tacos.
Yep.
Okay, so here's a question I asked Jim earlier at work today.
Uh-huh.
And it was a question I heard on a different podcast.
I'm guessing it's superhero related.
Yes.
How did I know?
Okay.
It's not like Jim's obsessed with superheroes or
So, the Marvel heroes all make sense to join together and do all sorts of different adventures together.
What the fuck? These guys are all over my fucking ass. Get the fuck out of here.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, X-Men makes sense on its own because it's like...
Because they're a specific team.
Like, they have such a big team, but also because it's a bunch of superpowered characters that everyone hates because they're mutants.
Right.
So, my question is this. How does X-Men and any other Marvel Universe character make sense together? Because...
the X-Men are kind of their own team already.
Well, I mean, like, they're all superpowered, though, and they all do things kind of defend humanity, so to speak. Mm. So how come... How does it make more sense to hate the X-Men than just to hate, say, Spider-Man?
Right.
Or the Hulk. Well, okay, Hulk's a bad example.
And because it's the same universe, right?
Yeah.
So, like...
Like, he explained it as it's a historical thing based on when the X-Men were first founded. Mm-hmm. And I get that, but going to more modern times now, how does that make sense in the current era?
Right. It might...
Hallway.
God, that's a good question. I really don't even know how to respond to that. Like...
I don't know where the fuck to go. I'm just gonna pick random doors. This key is locked. I need a wing key.
I mean, do you think it's just kind of like... Let's think The Incredibles for a second here.
Yeah.
The heroes were all loved at first, and then they sort of became outcasts. Is it possible that just the area that the X-Men live in...
New York?
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Where everyone lives?
That's a good point. Yeah. There goes
I just threw that one out the window.
Yeah. I really don't even know how to justify that.
I wasn't even trying. I just thought of it for like New York and like, wait, this doesn't make sense.
So I heard
I barely touched X-Men, so I actually didn't know where they were based.
I know. I don't know much about it either.
I've watched like the first X-Men live action movie, and that's it. I have barely touched X-Men, so I actually I had no idea where they were based.
Second movie is a little better, I think.
Well, my friend.
No, the first movie's better.
I don't know. My friend recommended me a bunch.
Nightcrawler, dude.
Dude, even though Nightcrawler, I still think the first one was better.
I don't know. My friend recommended me a bunch of X-Men comics I'm going to check out, but I'm actually like completely unfamiliar with X-Men. Other than I know that Gambit is a badass.
Actually, I'm gonna take it back. First Class is the best one.
I've heard it's good.
Wolverine's garbage.
The name of the game I was thinking of for the 64 was Aiden Chronicles.
Not familiar.
And I did not play much of it, and apparently it wasn't really received all that well, just because people thought the music was kind of repetitive and the environment wasn't all that great. But 64 game.
That's my complaint about Star Wars Episode 5. The music is repetitive. Every 5 minutes, it's da da ba ba.
Dude, it's the Imperial March. Anytime you see the Imperial Force, it's gonna be the same song.
Yeah, but it's like so repetitive.
Oh, I'm gonna blend a previous topic with this. Reddit and Star Wars. Someone posted the other day. Redditors who went and saw Star Wars Episode 5 in theaters, how did you react when you realized that Vader was Luke's father? Because frankly, almost all of like our generation that, you know, like we already knew it was happening. We had already heard, or you know, for some of the unlucky few, we watched those, like, rumored prequels that, you know, I guess some people think exist or something. We saw those before the 4, 5, and 6. But either way, pretty much everyone knew going into watching 5 for the first time, somehow or another, that Vader is Luke's father.
Well, except
spoiler alert, guys! Darth Vader is Luke's father, if you didn't know. But, like, the reaction was ridiculous.
Oh, I didn't want to shoot arrows. Fuck.
Like, everyone was just like... Apparently, some guy said that, someone in the theater just stood up and was like, "No way!" Like, in the middle of the movie, like, it's the biggest, craziest thing.
I don't want fucking
like,
arrows.
That's just something I never thought about. But, like, if you had never known... And they don't really give that much indication in 4 that it's his father, you know? They don't really give any indication whatsoever, except that he's, like, a Jedi, but, like...
Fuck off!
That seems really crazy to me. Like...
You could just stand perfectly still and throw him.
I like doing this, though, because it looks so hype.
Swag YOLO.
But yeah, like, that was just an interesting thing, like,
Bro,
back on the whole Reddit, but Star Wars topic. Like, imagine going and seeing Episode 5 for the first time, not knowing that Vader is Luke's father.
I don't even remember the first time I saw that. That was a long ass time
But you
ago.
probably already knew that Vader was Luke's father going into that.
I probably wasn't paying attention, honestly. I was
yeah.
a kid, so I
That's
couldn't
true.
remember.
But no, like, apparently just the reaction was ridiculous, and I don't know. That I wish that there
Does
was
that guy
something
have
like
a
that.
gun?
Yeah, they have guns
Oh,
now.
you piece of shit!
If you didn't notice, we are in the modern times, which I guess it still doesn't explain how you can get your throat slit and still function.
Fucking...
Okay, seriously, dude, that is like the worst option. Also, the thing is, getting the bow, it said it was like, oh, blah, 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 it's silent. So, you know, you can use it to be, like, sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
But so far as I've noticed, there is no chance to actually be sneaky.
Yeah.
This is in Metal Gear, man.
So I'm thinking, like, why would it matter if it's silent if you can't be sneaky? So,
Or
I mean,
thief.
I know it's powerful, so
Right.
I don't care about that stuff. All I care about is leaving this room and going to kill the dudes. I don't even want the items anymore. Actually, I do kind of want a healing item.
So, is anyone else hyped for the Deadpool game?
I'm probably not gonna play it.
I don't know. I haven't checked out enough Deadpool. I plan on reading the comics here eventually, but, like...
Actually,
Deadpool seems sweet, though.
somewhat related to that, there's this site I go to, Comixology. Have you heard of it?
I heard about it because you posted something on Facebook about it the other day,
Yeah.
but otherwise, no.
Yeah, that same post probably is what I'm talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
They had this thing going on
Yep,
with like 700 issues of free comics, and like there was at least 20 things at Deadpool I got. Like,
Really nice.
yeah, like Deadpool and Cable, Deadpool Adventure, a bunch of other random ass shit.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, so Iron Man, Deadpool, and then X-Men. That's all I
Yep.
really need. It was so awesome. Oh, and a bunch of Avengers shit.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But whatever.
Like, if I had known what they were going to have available, I probably would have posted it sooner
Mhm.
to let everyone know how to get it, but I didn't know, so I'm just experimenting.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's not a big deal. I have my methods of getting my comic books. So.
yeah. Speaking of comic books, the next Mega Man Sonic crossover is coming out Wednesday. It's going to be hype.
Oh, God. Yeah, I've just been reading all my old Green Lantern stuff, which is fun. But I am dumb, and I decided I want to read the entirety of volumes 2 and 3 before I start reading the newer like Jeff Johns stuff. So that'll take forever. I'm on like issue 10 of volume 2, and there's only like 225 or something. So yeah, that's what happens when you don't have time. Like the majority of it that I got through was after taking tests in school, and I just whipped out my laptop. I didn't do that.
Ah, okay.
Okay, I just killed
Yeah.
2 guys with
How'd
one
you do
fireball.
that?
Shake the controller when you're casting it. They said that in one of the little tips. Okay,
Even the ones that none of us have read because you're the only one that's had time to play because we suck.
well, yeah, and neither of you guys actually watched it while you're
I
talking.
am watching. It's just kind of hard to focus on that and keep the conversation going.
Right.
You see that headshot? Didn't even aim. 360 no scope. Actually, it was more of a I'm facing the guy no scope.
Hashtag. Don't forget the
Hashtag YOLO swag 360 no scope.
Ball hits for Jesus. Okay, where'd you get the wing key? I was during my let's play. I didn't have it.
You have to kill those guys.
Oh,
that's
okay.
dumb.
I killed those guys. None of them dropped it.
There. Because I got to this part a little bit earlier.
Oh, okay.